Preface. Many religious souls have come and gone through the ages, but how many of them have left as true sons of God? Which of the millions of Christians lived as Jesus lived and impacted the world in such a way that we would even speak about them today? The Lord said a tree is known by its fruit. There are many that have held the name of Christian while seeking to feed the flock of God, but have not bore the fruit of holiness and love. While seeking spiritual truth, it is crucial for us to find those that bear the good fruit that God desires us to have, so we may properly grow up into spiritual maturity. I have compiled together the work of some of the greatest men of God that have walked this earth. I believe their words are profitable for today and can help further our relationship with God. May the contents of this book grow your spirit so that you may be even as they were. William Crockett, President of GodSounds, Inc. Chapter 1. Awake, Thou That Sleepest, by John Wesley. Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. Ephesians 5:14. In discoursing on these words, I shall, with the help of God, first, describe the sleepers to whom they are spoken. Secondly, enforce the exhortation, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. And thirdly, explain the promise made to such as do awake and arise. Christ shall give thee light. And first, as to the sleepers here spoken to. By sleep is signified the natural state of man, that deep sleep of the soul, into which the sin of Adam hath cast all who spring from his loins. That supineness, indolence, and stupidity, that insensibility of his real condition, wherein every man comes into the world and continues till the voice of God awakes him. Now, they that sleep, sleep in the night. The state of nature is a state of utter darkness, a state wherein darkness covers the earth, and gross darkness the people. The poor, unawakened sinner, how much knowledge soever he may have as to other things, has no knowledge of himself. In this respect, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. He knows not that he is a fallen spirit, whose only business in the present world is to recover from his fall, to regain that image of God wherein he was created. He sees no necessity for the one thing needful, even that inward universal change, that birth from above, figured out by baptism, which is the beginning of that total renovation, that sanctification of spirit, soul, and body, without which no man shall see the Lord. Full of all diseases as he is, he fancies himself in perfect health. Fast bound in misery and iron, he dreams that he is at liberty. He says, Peace, peace, while the devil, as a strong man armed, is in full possession of his soul. He sleeps on still and takes his rest, though hell is moved from beneath to meet him, though the pit from whence there is no return hath opened its mouth to swallow him up. A fire is kindled around him, yet he knoweth it not. Yea, it burns him, yet he lays it not to heart. By one who sleeps we are, therefore, to understand, and would to God we might all understand it, a sinner satisfied in his sins, contented to remain in his fallen state, to live and die without the image of God, one who is ignorant both of his disease and of the only remedy for it, one who never was warned or never regarded the warning voice of God to flee from the wrath to come.